If Donald Trump was treated like a common criminal suspect inside a New York court this evening, there was nothing common about the sight of a former president facing a list of criminal charges. Despite some rum characters over the years and a few close calls, it has never happened before, and it is a long list. 34 counts of falsifying business records after an investigation into hush money paid to an adult film star. It was hushed and calm inside the court as President Trump pleaded not guilty. Outside, it was anything but. Supporters and critics of Mr. Trump, divided by fencing and the police, bellowed at each other and indeed towards him. They are the same divisions of his past presidency and indeed of his current plans to run again. His fingerprints were taken, like all suspects are, and he and his supporters do detect the fingerprints, or so they say, of left-wing prosecutors wanting to bring him down on the charge sheet.
This was the moment when America saw no one is above the law. Donald Trump emerged from the tower which bears his name on Fifth Avenue, a characteristic fist pump and a wave before he embarked on a journey whose ultimate destination is unclear. The normally traffic-choked streets of Manhattan had been cleared for a 15-vehicle motorcade. 14 minutes later, he was at court, ready to face criminal charges for the first time in his life. Throughout the hearing, he looked forlorn as the charges were read. For almost an hour, he heard legal argument and then entered a not guilty plea to 34 counts of falsifying business records. Case 7154323 is unlike anything ever heard in a US court. This photo may end up defining his bid for the White House next year, for better or worse.
These are felony crimes in New York State, no matter who you are. We cannot and will not normalize serious criminal conduct.
He emerged without a word to the press. Instead, his legal team occupied the spotlight.
Today's unsealing of this indictment shows that the rule of law died in this country. Because while everyone is not above the law, no one's below it either. And if this man's name was not Donald J. Trump, there is no scenario we'd all be here today. Please understand that based on these charges.
Outside the Manhattan court, cameras from all over the world and protesters from either side of America's great political chasm.
Trump, 24, baby.
He's standing in that courtroom for us.
Do you think he may end up going to prison?
Absolutely not.
He's going to get a 20% boost in the polls today. He got 10% yesterday. I'm expecting 20% today. So it's going to help Donald Trump. And Alvin Bragg is going to go down in flames.
Get out of here!
You get out of here!
You're going to be an agitator!
At times, the two tribes coming face to face with predictable results. Those gathered were entrenched in their opinions.
It's a threat to democracy and that all Americans need to stand up for democracy.
I'm hoping for a trial that's going to result in what's best for America. And that is that he goes to prison.
The case against Donald Trump relates to hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels. It's claimed it was to cover up their alleged affair before the 2016 election. His departure lacked any of the high-energy drama which he normally exudes, a fleeting glimpse before he was ushered into a waiting vehicle. As Donald Trump leaves court, he'll be fully aware that this isn't the only time he'll have to appear before a judge. He'll be back here in Manhattan as this case progresses, and there are other investigations which may result in more charges. He left New York now an indicted man. He hopes this spectacle may propel him back to the White House, but his path to power is far from certain. What is clear is that America has now entered a volatile new era. Dan Rivers, News at 10, New York.